Hey, what's up, everyone? It is your favorite nurse yogi, Lesline. Today, we're going to discuss the 3 easy ways to network as a nurse entrepreneur with ease. If you know me or if you've been seeing me online, you're like, man, Lesline, you are doing it. Like, people are saying that. I'm like, okay, I guess I am. Not I guess, I know I am. And it's because I have strategy, right? And I want to share that strategy with you, right? And I also have people be like, they'll be like, how? And I'm of 2 camps, if you will, right? I'm all about the manifestation and attracting like the opportunities, right? But at that same time, I got a strategy, okay? I ain't just sitting here like, la. No, that's not will ever be in my DNA. Like, I have a strategy. So the 3 ways I network with ease. The first one is using social media. And I want to actually share how this was inspired. This post was inspired because I'm back in school to be a nurse practitioner, and we had a discussion. My son is right here. We had a discussion that asked, why is networking important as a nurse? And it makes sense why they asked this question, because now that I'm getting my master's as a nurse practitioner, now you're expanding your knowledge, and networking is important, right? So the first one, sorry if I'm seeming scatterbrained. Like I said, my son is on the other side of the camera. So I shared that with my friend. I was like, this is the homework. And she was like, girl, you need to do content on this and share like what you shared. So the first tip is using social media. And if I had to pick a social media, because you're probably rolling your eyes at me, I would say use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is king in my opinion, and I'll explain why. LinkedIn is no play. We're not playing like the other social media platforms. On LinkedIn, people really are about their business. They are about hiring and like looking for ways they can work with you. Like, that's why people come onto LinkedIn. And I can attest, like I can check that, validate, verify that, because I have gotten speaking engagements. I've gotten gigs where I can teach yoga to corporations. Like, I've gotten these opportunities because people see what I'm posting on LinkedIn. So let me emphasize, highlight, bold that for you. People see what I've been posting on LinkedIn, okay? So if you have a LinkedIn, you're like, okay, I'm on LinkedIn, Lesline. Are you posting though? Okay. So my biggest piece of advice, if you're overwhelmed with social media, stick with LinkedIn. Okay. Stay with LinkedIn and leave the rest. Okay. Because it can be overwhelming, right? I am here to validate that for you. Stop. It can be annoying. But if you are a nurse entrepreneur, hell, if you are an entrepreneur in general, you have to be on social media. It is free marketing. Like, it is free, right? And people need to know what you're doing. How can they know this? Yes, you can do ads and all these other things, but the easiest one is just writing up something and posting it. And now there's ChatGPT. Like, there's so many things that are free that make it easy for you. So it's just you getting in your own way. Okay, anyways. So LinkedIn, I thoroughly love it because I treat it as my living resume. Yes, LinkedIn does have a section where you can write your job experience, like what like your resume. You can write that on your LinkedIn profile, but I treat each post like a living resume. So by doing this, and I'm trying to talk really fast because my phone don't got a lot of space. By doing this, by being very active on LinkedIn, this leads to tip 2. When I go to actual in-person networking events, so that's tip 2. Go to actual networking events, in-person ones. We are outside now, y'all. So go to these events, and a side tip to going to actual networking events, go with people, like bring a friend, because it can be intimidating. Trust me, I know. But if you have a good social media presence, networking in person, it will speak for you. Your social media will speak for you before you walk in the room, right? I can tell you that because I'm going to like galas and things like that. I walk in the room, people are like, oh yeah, I've seen what you're doing. Let's do X, Y, and Z. I went to a gala a couple months ago, and that ended up getting an opportunity to teach yoga at a block party, right? But it's because people have seen what I've been doing. I've been sliding in the DMs. I've been posting, right? All of those things. But again, so that's tip 2. Go to actual networking events. But like I said, this I guess is in chronological order. I have a paper to keep me on track. do social media first, right? Do social media for a bit. I don't have the exact months or days, but do social media for a bit. Engage on social media, engage on LinkedIn. Like I said, just pick one, because if you are how I used to be, you get easily overwhelmed. I see you and I feel you. So just use LinkedIn and share with people what you are doing. Then once you've been on social media for a bit, you've been on the LinkedIn, then start searching. And on LinkedIn, people are always sharing networking events. So then, okay, I'll see you there, right? And then it's just, that's easy. So those are the two. The last one is personally how I've gotten a lot of opportunities. Yes, LinkedIn, I've gotten opportunities, but also because I've joined networking groups, specifically chambers of commerce and nonprofits. The nonprofits, I feel like people sleep on a lot, or at least I've slept on these nonprofits, because when I first thought of nonprofits, I thought of just like donation, charity. Like I didn't know, and I've also learned nonprofits are so versatile, right? So there's different types of nonprofits, but I'm going to plug the ones I'm in. So this last tip is join networking groups. That's an easy, oh my God, it's so easy, guys, because here's the plug, as the director of Women on the Rise Orlando, which is a local nonprofit for me, that the quality is different because we are now on my laptop because my phone don't got no more space. Okay, so the first 5 minutes you got the crisp, great quality, but here we are. So the last tip, we were talking about joining networking organizations, and specifically nonprofits. So being the director of Women on the Rise Orlando, which is a local nonprofit that empowers and helps young girls and women in the Central Florida community, I have seen how the way Women on the Rise works. One, we're always looking for speakers. So if you are local to Orlando, like hit me up. I'll also leave our website below, so you are more than welcome to donate towards our organization. But we're always looking for speakers, right? So when you are a member of Women on the Rise, you instantly have access to to those speaking engagements, because we have our chapter meetings, we have our events, like we have all of these things where we're always looking for people to speak. So with that being said, I have leveraged Women on the Rise extensively. So if you've seen things I've done, because I've had people like, oh, I saw you won, because I did win Diva Influencer for the 6th annual Women on the Rise gala. Like, so things like that, right? So now I can leverage that because like I'm on, it's just all of these things. So that has helped me network too, because now that I'm the director, though, I'm always speaking in front of the ladies at every meeting, but also at the events and all of that. Another nonprofit that I'm a part of is Buy from a Black Woman, which is a nonprofit as well. And that nonprofit has been great because they actually had a Buy from a Black Woman inspired tour during the summer of this year. And they toured the nation and patronaged Black women-owned businesses. So even though I don't have a brick and mortar, I do host Escape with Lesline yoga experiences. So Buy from a Black Woman came, and it was great publicity for my business because they like did a little reel and like posted me on their website. So you said all of those type of things help with putting yourself out there, which is also networking. And I'm not like a business expert, so I could be wrong with the phrases, but join networking groups. Also, chambers of commerce. Those ones I feel like are ones you always hear. Like if you're looking how to network, like people are always going to say chamber of commerce, which I feel like is like a common one. So that's why I wanted to share though nonprofits. Like look into nonprofits that are, because that's what I was trying to get at. When you go to these nonprofits events, that's networking, because you're connecting with people that have similar values to you, because nonprofits typically have a mission, right? There's a reason they started this nonprofit, if it's to help a certain group of people, right? If that be women, if that be Black women. So typically when you come to these events that these nonprofits are hosting, typically the majority of the people in that event are like-minded, right? So then you're able to network and further collaborate with those people as well. So it's like it's an easier way to network. So if you're like, I don't want to go to in-person networking events, I would suggest, going to networking events put on by nonprofits, right? Those type of things. And they might not flat out say networking event, right? For women, for example, Women on the Rise, our chapter meetings, you can network before and after our chapter meeting, but it's not blatantly said, like it's in the description, things like that, but we're not blatantly saying like this is strictly a networking event because we have speakers and we have a designated topic. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So the Chamber of Commerce that I'm currently a part of is the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. That has also been really great for my business because I've been able to teach yoga to the leads group that I'm in, and that's a whole nother subset group. So the Chamber of Commerce, they have leads groups, which everybody that's in your leads group, like you all have to work together, not have to like an obligatory thing, like we all have this common understanding that we're all going to do something together. And by being a part of leads group, I've been able to do things with a few of the individuals in my leads group, right? So to recap this video, because we went from one quality of video to now this poorer quality, and we were painting and I still haven't taken off the painter's tape. Let me stop trying to hide it. But the 3 ways to easily network as a nurse entrepreneur is 1, use social media. If you're over it, I highly suggest that you just stick with LinkedIn, post once a week. It is evergreen over there. People, you post something like say today, and people will see it like 6 months from now. Like I'm not even kidding. It's evergreen over there. It doesn't poof into the void like on other social media platforms. The second tip to network with ease as a nurse entrepreneur is to go to actual networking events, okay? Simply Googling, like you can find so many different things. But like I said, if you're on LinkedIn, you will start to see these networking events. The last one is to join networking groups. So like pay money, become a member, okay, to these groups, because once you pay money and you invest in these groups, they will invest right back into you. You just, 1, have to invest, and 2, you have to speak up and tell the organization like what you are doing, and they will let you know like, hey, we have a newsletter, put what you're doing in there. We have this event coming up. Do you want to speak? Like these are things that have happened to me once I became a member of Women on the Rise and a member of Buy from a Black Woman. So I'm going to leave those 2 nonprofits below in the description. They have benefited me so much. And if you have it, in your means, I highly suggest that you donate to them. If you can't do that at this time, simply follow them on all of their social medias. They are everywhere. And I have really had fun making this video. I really wanted to make it, as you can see, because it's 2 separate videos that I'm going to put together as one. Let me know, though, if you have any other questions. If you are a nurse entrepreneur and you're like, I still don't know, sis, I still don't know. I'd love to hear, because I want to keep, educating and helping more of us get out there, because I know what you have to offer is needed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.